So the next thing we are going to tackle are the options to choose for posting. First of all, I would like to give you a short overview about the most common different types for posting on Instagram. But of course, Instagram will create more and more functions for postings in the future. So that's definitely, let's say, kind of beginning. And I will show you the most common posting types so far. And we will start with the most common one. It's the feed post. But even within the feed post, you have different options to choose from. And number one is the photo. The photo is the very classy way and how Instagram started in the past. You can post one picture that's already a picture with 4 own pictures in it. But of course, it's still a picture. It's the most common type for posting on Instagram. And it's always worth it, because that was the whole idea of Instagram, to have pictures, people can engage with those pictures, and therefore it's definitely a very good option. And furthermore, and what's also very important, easy to create. Definitely in the beginning, if you would like to grow, you need to create more and more content. And if you directly start with those advanced things, it could be kind of difficult. Therefore, start with the classy way, start with normal photos, with pictures, which makes it much easier to create it in the beginning. And therefore, you could definitely choose it as a beginner. The next option is a carousel photo. That's perfect if you would like to show more details about one specific topic. For example, here you have a picture of a guy and he's showing his style and his different clothes, his jacket, his trousers, etc. And therefore you can have one main picture, maybe a picture of the guy where you see him completely. And then if you swipe to the left, you will see the next picture of the same guy, maybe with another trouser, or with a detailed picture of the jacket, or a detailed picture of the bottoms, etc. You can have more details about one specific post, and it's very interesting for your audience, and therefore it catches your audience much more. And if your audience is checking out your picture for a longer time, your Instagram algorithm, or the Instagram algorithm in total, will push this content even more, because it says the Instagram algorithm that you have content which is interesting for the audience, and therefore what Instagram actually wants, that people are staying long on a platform. The algorithm will push your content so that more and more people see your content and stay long on Instagram. That's the whole idea about Instagram, to keep people on the platform. And by choosing a carousel, you help the Instagram algorithm to see people are staying longer on your content. The next option is to choose a video, because a picture says more than 1,000 words, and a video is even saying much more. Therefore, moving pictures are getting more and more important. There are the GIFs options and also the videos, and video catches much more. In the beginning, what I highly recommend, stick to the pictures, but later on you can also move to videos. And there's really try and error, because maybe your pictures are awesome for your audience and they don't like your videos. Then a very good option, what we will see later on, is to ask in a story, for example, what kind of videos your audience would like to see, and create content accordingly. Let's give you an example for a video. Here you see the Suit Supply video. It's a screen record where someone is scrolling through the feed, showing you one item, multiple looks. And it gives you more about an example about the page and what this is all about. And it's much more catchy than just a picture. Because just think about it, a picture, someone is checking a picture, sees everything, nice, next. 5 seconds, maybe just 2 seconds. In a video you have maybe 15 seconds, and if someone is checking a picture, let's say for 5 seconds, and the entire video for 15 seconds, he's staying 3 times longer on your page. 3 times longer means, for the algorithm, this post is much more interesting, and therefore I will ranked this content even higher so that more and more people will see it. Because if the normal audience is checking the picture for only a few seconds and the video for much, much longer time, then this video needs to be interesting and I will show it to more and more people. That's the idea of the Instagram algorithm. But then, what I already said, you also have the option for a story post. First of all, so that you know what a story post is, I would like to show it to you very shortly on the Nike's sportwear page. If you click on the profile picture on the top, you can go through the different stories. You see there's always a location attached and also more pictures, and there are moving pictures most of the time. It helps you much, much more as well. And therefore, why has Instagram actually the option to do stories? Because Snapchat was growing and growing and growing, and Instagram was scared about, let's not really say scared about Snapchat, but they saw that Snapchat is growing much, much faster. And therefore, the answer of this was they created the story function within Instagram. The story is only visible for 25 hours, like in Snapchat. After 24 hours, the story is gone, but you can also have it in your Instagram story highlights later on. And you can and should use hashtags and locations. What we just saw from the Nike story, they always use different locations and most probably also hashtags. Maybe you don't see it, but they most probably also use hashtags. A very, very important thing is Instagram is growing and growing and growing, and they are developing much, much more things. Also in the stories, you have more and more new functions you could use, and therefore use every time the new functionalities. For example, during the COVID-19 thing, there was this logo said "Stay at Home," and "Stay at Home" in the beginning it was so powerful. Later on, if everyone is using it, it's not that powerful anymore. But if there's a new function, directly use it. Directly use it. Think about how you could use it and use it, because if not many people are using it and just you are using it, again, that's your advantage. And if you would like to really increase your audience and to increase your reach, to do stories is a must use. It's definitely a must use because, for example, if you just post a new picture, a new video, a new content on your feed post, then you could do a story post where you say, hey, I just posted a new content, just check it out, let me know what you think. And of course, you have also many more advantages compared to a feed post. You can work with different questionnaires, with polls, etc. It's a very, very nice option to engage even more with your audience. The next thing is IGTV. IGTV is a kind of YouTube on Instagram. It's for videos with a length of a few minutes because the stories are only 15 seconds each. And IGTV can be a video about, let's say, 5 minutes, 2.5 minutes, etc. So I probably wouldn't make a video which is 30 minutes because most probably you need to think about who is using Instagram and where are they using Instagram. Instagram is mostly used on the mobile phone, and if you would like to check a video for 30 minutes, of course you could do this, but most probably you wouldn't. You would rather go to your laptop at home or to your smart TV, etc. That's the reason why on YouTube you see most of the people check out the content on the smart TV or on a computer, because the videos are much, much longer, and therefore the Instagram IGTV are, from my point of view, better for videos up to 10 minutes. I wouldn't make videos longer than 10 minutes. Most probably people use it for 2 to 5 minutes. And it can be a boost for your growth because IGTV still are not used by many accounts. Therefore, if you are using IGTV, you are one of the few. And therefore, again, you have an advantage compared to everyone else. But to be honest, it's not necessary. But nevertheless, it's great for stories. Let's give you an example of an IGTV. Again, Nike Sportswear. Here you see IGTV video. It's just a very short video in the feed. And then it will ask you later on to jump to IGTV to see even more, because it will make a small pause. Here you see it, and then click on keep watching, and then you can even check it more or longer on the IGTV channel. And this video, for example, is 2 minutes and 40 or 35 seconds. And it's a very great way to talk a little bit more about one specific topic. For example, here, the Air Max 90 recrafted behind the design. They're talking more about the design, because think about, if you talk about the shoe, you can make a picture, write down something about the design. You can do a story, which is only 15 seconds, or you can make a small video for 2.5 minutes to engage even more with your people and to deliver more value for your audience, because it's all about delivering more value for your audience. Another very common option is the reel option. And that, again, you see Instagram is delivering more and more answers, because Reels is the answer of TikTok. Because in the beginning, TikTok was, we all thought it's more for small kids maybe. But more and more people are using TikTok, and Instagram thought, okay, if we're not jumping on a train, we will lose. And therefore, the answer on TikTok was Reels, which is actually pretty much the same like TikTok, just on the Instagram platform. There are short videos you just scroll through, and you can also push the algorithm a lot, because still not many people are using Reels. Maybe some of them are using TikTok, but not Reels on Instagram, and therefore it's an advantage for you. Every time, if not many people use it so far, it's your advantage. Let's give you a short example of Reels. If you are on Instagram, you see in the bottom middle the sign for Reels, and then you can just see the video and swipe up, and you see the next video. That are all short videos, about a few seconds, like stories actually, but you can go better through it, and you can make a like, you can do a comment, you can share it. And it's a great way to create content, because you can, for example, make a video and then attach, a filter, or attach a audio song to it. It's a very nice way. It makes also fun. And then the last option is going live. That's definitely nothing for beginners. How can you do it? If you open a story mode, you can click on it and say, I would like to go live. It helps dramatically to engage with your followers. But first of all, you need to have followers. If you have 100 followers, it might not be the best option to do it, but it's a very, very good option to grow your account. Don't do it in the beginning, because maybe you are not used to talk in front of the camera, etc. I highly recommend to do this later on, because that's one thing that pushes the algorithm a lot. It's the same on YouTube, because as I already said in the beginning, I'm very used to make marketing campaigns for Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube as well. And I helped many clients on YouTube to grow their accounts, and we went live, and that pushes a lot. It really pushes a lot, and therefore it's also an option for you, but later on. If you're completely new to this world, don't start with it, but going live, keep this in mind for later. It will help you a lot. So that were actually the different types of posting you could choose from. Of course, there are coming more and more new types of posting, because if there's a new platform like Snapchat or like TikTok, Instagram is delivering an answer, and therefore that's also one of the reasons why Instagram is so powerful and still very worth to invest in Instagram for the future, because it's delivering answers. It's not just like Nokia, who thought, okay, we do not need to have mobile phones with a touch screen. That's not Instagram. Instagram mindset is, if someone else is creating something good, then we need to create the same thing, just a little bit better. And as long as Instagram has this mindset, Instagram is still incredibly powerful for the future. Keep this in mind and start with your different types of posting. Doesn't matter if it's a feed post or a story post, the most common ones. Reel is also easy. IGTV and live is rather something for the more advanced people of you.